What's goody, Barons?
On this week's episode of BCC TV, we'll meet this month's Bartist,
get a haircut from our cast and crew,
and find out what bops or flops in the streets of our school.
I'm Kai Murphy.
And I'm Teresa Montoya Campos, and you're watching BCC TV. What's going on in the news this week, Kai?
The Supreme Court has voted to strike down the landmark Roe v. Wade decision, according to an initial draft majority opinion. The leaked document reads that it is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives.
No draft decision in the modern history of the court has been disclosed publicly while the case was still pending. The unprecedented revelation is bound to intensify the debate over what was already the most controversial case on the docket of this term.
In local news, protests throughout D.C. and Maryland have gathered and are expected to continue, voicing the public's outrage for the leaked Roe v. Wade document.
Last Saturday, over 1,000 immigrants and multiple rights organizations marched down the streets of Washington, D.C. to demand that President Biden provide relief to millions of immigrant workers in the U.S. The event occurred May 1st, also known as May Day or International Workers' Day.
In BCC News, prom tickets went on sale Sunday, May 1st, and will remain open until May 15th. Seniors, check your email for more information.
This week also marks the beginning of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Let's check out what our crew and BCC's Asian Student Union and the DESI Student Association have in store for us.
AAPI is an umbrella term for cultures from East, Southeast, South Asia, and the Pacific Islands. Over 320 countries and 100 different languages make up our community. Close to 23 million people of Asian or Pacific Islander descent live in the United States today, and that number is always growing. Our community has contributed greatly to American art, culture, science, literature, sports, government, activism, and so much more. There are hundreds of individual cultures within our community, all so different and beautiful, so it's imperative that we highlight and celebrate Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. The month of May became AAPI Heritage Month in the U.S. because of two important milestones for our people. The arrival of the first Japanese immigrants to the U.S. on May 7, 1843, and the contributions of Chinese workers to the Transcontinental Railroad completed on May 10, 1869. This month, it's not only important to celebrate our culture and achievements, but to also spotlight the violence and discrimination that we as a community have faced throughout history. In 1854, the Supreme Court ruled that a person of Asian descent could not testify against a white person, meaning that anti-Asian hate crimes went unpunished. During World War II, people of Japanese descent were imprisoned in internment camps. Most recently, false information about the origins of COVID-19 led to increased racist and xenophobic rhetoric, causing a drastic increase in attacks against Asian Americans. A Stop AAPI Hate campaign was created to raise awareness of the discrimination towards our community, and many other organizations have been working to support people who have been affected. This month, we'll continue to celebrate and recognize the impact that our community has had on American culture. So stay tuned to learn more about our experience at BCC. Back to you, Teresa and Kai.
Thanks, guys.
Teresa, did you know that our latest Bartist is a musical sensation?
Yes, I did. You know I filmed and planned this segment, right?
Let's pass it to our team to find out the real scoop on this month's talented Bartist.
My name is Malachi Braithwaite. I'm in the 11th grade and I'm a musician. So I come from a family of singers and I've been singing from a very young age, and music has always been a very big part of my life. but it was only when I was in elementary school that I started playing the cello. My mom has been a very big influence in my music journey because she was the one that first introduced me to music, but my dad is actually a recording artist, and ever since I was young, he's been writing songs for me, and he had me in the studio singing and recording them. The music genre that I enjoy singing the most is R&B, just because that's what I grew up on, that's what my mom was always playing in the car, and I have a very deep connection towards R&B music. One thing that I've always loved about playing the cello is that it has a very wide range, and its tone is close to that of the human voice. The orchestras that I'm currently in are BCC's Philharmonic Orchestra, Maryland Classic Youth Orchestra's Philharmonic Orchestra. I'm also in 2 chamber groups, a trio and a quartet, and this program is run through Maryland Classic Youth Orchestras as well. Whenever I perform, I'm usually very nervous in the beginning because I do have a little stage fright, but when I start playing, I get this sense of euphoria and a rush of adrenaline all throughout my body because I enjoy playing music so much, and it's what makes me happy. It's always been my dream to go to school for music, but a more recent thing that I've wanted to pursue is historical performance, specifically music from the Baroque time period, because it's a musical time period that's always fascinated me. I treat music like a creative outlet because there's so many things you can do with music, and it's really amazing, the different possibilities. If I were to give a new musician any advice, I would say to practice, because there's going to be times when you feel like giving up, but you will get better with time and with practice. Even if you aren't a musician or an artist, I would say that the arts are a very important part of humanity because they're a way in which we can communicate our ideas and express our ideas to one another. And back to you, Kai and Catherine.
Wow, what a wonderful segment.
Teresa, I have a very pressing question for you.
Catherine's taking her AP exam right now. I did not kidnap her.
Wait, what? That was not my question, but who has the dustiest mullet in the BCC TV cast?
Oh wait, don't tell me.
Kyle. Let's kick it to Matan to get Kyle's hair finally looking right.
What's up, parents? I'm Kyle Teitelbaum, and I'm back hosting the Barbershop. Today, our special guest is Aaron Tiao. Aaron is the class of 2023 president, and he's also the founder of the STEP Students to End Poverty Club. Welcome, Aaron.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And today, we have Mr. Matan Murgy.
How we doing, guys?
Who is going to be getting us right. So, let's see if he gets us right.
All right, what you want, Aaron?
Well, I've had the same cut since I was born. So, stay away from a mullet. Don't want to go bald, but you have freedom to make me look good.
All right, fantastic.
Aaron, the class of 2023 president. And as a president, do you feel like you've actually done stuff?
We held like an item drive, but we essentially filled up an entire room of clothing, shoes, shampoo. And that was all going to the BC community. So
You are the founder of the STEP Students to End Poverty Club, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
started it in my freshman year, and we do volunteer and then advocacy work for to help people in poverty. We've done some pretty cool stuff on the lobbying side. We passed a bill. We wrote it too. It was pretty cool. Oh yeah, it was for scholarships. For low-income students. There's a really big issue in Maryland where not a lot of kids that are eligible, or if they're not able to afford college, if they're over this arbitrary line, they just won't get any help from Maryland. So we kind of advocated for a sliding scale where if you're over $100 of this line, you'll lose $100 of your scholarship. It passed unanimously in both chambers of the of Maryland, of the Maryland General Assembly. Yeah,
guys, make sure you go join STEP. It's a great club. Proud to say I've been participating since freshman year as well. Don't want to diss to my normal barber, but I think Matan is much better than my normal barber. If you guys are in the class of 2023 or are just involved in clubs around the school, you probably received several texts, asking for help, involvement. Aaron, how would you describe your recruiting tactics of spamming people's inboxes over and over after they already said yes?
especially with the volunteer stuff, I'm always trying to get people involved, right?
Yep, great stuff.
So a lot of it's just about reminding people, making sure people know, because I just want people to get these SSL hours, want them to help out.
You know, I'd say you're a pretty athletic guy.
Thank
It's
you,
your
thank
third. This year is your third year on varsity lacrosse. Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
How do you say lacrosse has shaped you as a person?
Well, I feel like it's given me a lot of structure, and it's also taught me a lot about work ethic, and then also like being a part of a team in an organized setting has just been helpful too. It's been fun. I like it, Matan. Good stuff. Wow. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Alright guys, this is the final product of both of our hairs. I know we skipped mine, but you know, Matan did get us right. So what do you think, Aaron? Seems good?
It's fantastic.
Alright. Yeah. Back to you, Catherine and Kai.
Thank you, gentlemen. Kai, I have a pressing question for you next. Bop or flop segments.
I gotta go, Bob.
Let's find out the real tea on some very important topics.
Bop or flop short people?
Bob. You're 62.
Bop or flop BCC TV?
Absolute flop every week.
No.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's me again. Bop or flop middle school?
Flop.
What grade are you guys in?
Ninth.
Bop or flop seniors?
Bob.
Why?
I don't know.
Good answer. We love you seniors. Bop or flop school lunch?
Bop. Full bop. Yes.
What did you have today?
I had nachos. They were busting. I had this applesauce. It was scrumptious, and I had this chocolate milk, which is gonna be amazing.
That sounds amazing. I love your vocabulary. Bop or flop men?
Flop.
What purposes?
Excuse me, sir, excuse me. Bop or flop school lunch?
Flop.
Bop or flop Chipotle?
Bop, obviously.
Bop or flop energy drinks?
I'm gonna have to go flop, man.
Caffeine addiction
is whack, bro. Listen,
What if you're not addicted?
I do it responsibly, and I approve.
Bop or flop my sunglasses?
I like him. I really do like him. I enjoy them. That's a bop.
So bop? Y'all mess with them? Leave it in the comments. Mr. Robinson, bop or flop baseball?
Bop or flop baseball? Bop.
Bop or flop the political and economic state of the world right now?
Flop. Oh, flop. Flop? Yeah, that's right.
Bop or flop BCC TV?
Bob? Yes. Bob.
Good stuff?
Bob?
Yes?
Bob.
Yes! So much better than that last guy. Excuse me, bop or flop school plays?
Bob.
Overall, bop. Excuse me, everybody, bop or flop pep rallies? Overall, bop. SGA, let's do this more. Bop or flop butter on pancakes?
Bob.
Yeah, no. Well, those were some pretty bad opinions. Back to you, Catherine and Guy.
What's up, Barons? I'm Spencer, and I'm back as your sports anchor this week. The regular season has finally come to an end, filled with dubs all over the board. Starting us off, baseball dubbed over Richard Montgomery, Northwest, Blake, and Wooten before falling to the defending state champs, Sherwood. The team quickly bounced back with a win over Paint Branch. The boys also defeated Einstein yesterday on their senior night. Last game of the regular season is today at Rockville. Softball took a dub over Littman, but unfortunately fell short to Northwest, Blake, and Sherwood. The girls quickly bounced back, defeating Paint Branch and dominating Einstein on their senior night. Great season, Barons. Boys lacrosse is finishing the season strong with the recent dubs over Northwood, Wheaton, QO, and Einstein on senior night. Last game of the regular season is today against Kennedy. Girls lacrosse beat Northwood and Wheaton before losing to QO, but the Army quickly bounced back with the dub against Einstein on senior night. Last game of the regular season is away against Kennedy today. Track had their annual meet at the Chuck Zonas Invitational, with the girls placing 7th and the boys placing 4th. They also had a meet at Gator Invitational, with the girls placing 39th and the boys placing 45th. Gymnastics brought home victory, placing 1st against Sherwood and Gaithersburg. The girls also brought home 2nd in the playoffs. Great season, ladies. Boys tennis finished the season with 4 straight wins over Magruder, Rockville, Paint Branch, and Kennedy. Congrats on a great season and good luck in the playoffs, guys. Girls tennis went 4-1 in the final stretch, losing to Poolesville but beating Magruder, Rockville, Paint Branch, and Kennedy. Good luck in the playoffs. Boys volleyball defeated Damascus, but unfortunately fell short to Sherwood. Co-ed volleyball took dubs over Damascus, Sherwood, and Rockville. Co-ed entered round 1 of the playoffs with a win over Wheaton. Co-ed softball unfortunately fell short to Whitman, but defeated Blair and Gaithersburg. Well, that's all for sports this week, Barons. Back to you, Catherine and Kai.
That's all for this week, Barons.
Check back in next time for more news, updates, and humor.
Keep those standards high.
And keep the proposals to teachers very low.
I'm Kai Murphy.
And I'm Teresa Montoya Campos. And we're signing off.
Hey Siri, play Bessie by Bad Baby. Clean.